Hi, I'm by myself again today.
I never know what to say when I'm by myself. Oh, fucking Christ. This is terrible.
That sucks. Noah has a virus of some sort, and I don't want that. Tisk, tisk, Noah. Yeah, I'm looking at you, little stupid head baby man. Today, I'm kind of doing a preparation episode for the one nice expensive part we are going to put on this car, and that is a nice set of headers. You guys will see what happens with that. But today, I'm just finishing my exhaust, because if you watched the first video I ever made on the Civic, you saw that I did some government-approved modifications to my catalytic converter, and then I also just disconnected the part of the pipe with the muffler on it. I have a MagnaFlow muffler sitting around that I'm going to put in place of the large resonator that was on my exhaust, and then I'm going to actually finish the exhaust all the way out the back. We'll see how it sounds. So as you can see, I got my exhaust from the catalytic converter on back all the way out. Right here is the resonator. There's the part with the muffler, and this is the piece of exhaust I have with the MagnaFlow. It already has an exhaust tip on it, poorly welded on by the previous owner of Black Betty here. But yeah, we're gonna make that happen. This luckily is the same length as this, roughly. And so that's where I'm gonna put it. I'm just gonna put some pipe where this was. So I made an interesting discovery. I cut this piece off of Black Betty's old exhaust, and obviously it is a much bigger pipe size. If I do weld it, I'm gonna have to do some really shady stuff. But this piece lines up perfectly with that piece. And yeah, it's not the right type of flange, but if I crammed a gasket in there, I think it would seal. And that would save me from having to weld that piece and cut this piece. So I think I might try that and just see how that goes. I think this is a good time to remind you guys that I am not a welder. I don't pretend to be one, and I'm not that great. We'll see how this goes, because these pipes are completely different sizes, and I'm sure a good welder could make them work, but that I am not. I told you it wasn't great. After that catastrophe, I'm thinking I might get a converter from O'Reilly's to go from this size pipe closer to this size pipe, because, I mean, that's a hot dog down a hallway. Got some stuff. I got a converter from 2-inch inner diameter to 1 3/4 inch inner diameter. What that's going to allow me to do is slip it over this pipe, and it also fits inside this one. Once I get those both in there, I will be able to weld a much closer surface so that I don't have to do some BS like I did here. Much easier. Look at that. Not my best work, but also not my worst. That's my worst. So now I just have to put it back on the car and then find out that it doesn't fit right. This doesn't fit that well. The angles are wrong. Who'd have thought? I didn't measure and then it didn't go right? What? I do have this little brick and a sledgehammer. I successfully bent it, and I didn't break any of my welds. That is a plus. Yeah, this is upside down. I was trying to speed run this shit. Not at all. This is supposed to go this way, and now my tip is upside down. However, I discovered that it's also too short. My measurements were wrong. Surprise, surprise. So what's gonna end up happening in the future is I'm going to cut this and then get a longer tip anyways. Guys. That's right, baby. I solved my exhaust being too short by making it cancer. This is a part of the car world that kind of branches between two types of car people. You got Civics and you got Cummins. Either way, you need an exhaust tip like this. That's just a sneak peek of what this puppy's gonna sound like. Look at that. I broke 2 of the bolts, but now it's flush and it stays in. That's how I intended for it to go. All right, this is what we got. Got our catalytic converter. Then the mid pipe comes back, goes into the flange I talked about earlier. I was able to find a gasket that went in there. So ideally this should be sealed other than the rust damage that's occurring on the actual OEM piping. Then I got one exhaust hanger kind of rigged up. That'll do the trick. I trust these things, they're better than hose clamps, and I couldn't be fucked to weld anything on and it wouldn't work well anyways. Then we go up here to my fantastic welds into our actual muffler, and then our tip. Another clamp here, pulling it this direction a little bit, make sure it doesn't come in contact with our sway bar. See how long it takes this to fall off with its broken bolts. Put some handprints on this, frick 'em. Let's get that exhaust start up, baby. You know what? That did not sound as bad as I expected. It had a lot bassier tone than I thought this little 1.7 liter would put out. And that could be thanks to that MagnaFlow in this giant exhaust tip. It did advertise itself as a resonator, and it might have done something? I don't know. I'm sure it's got leaks, but I don't care. I'll take you guys along on a drive, see if I can get it to pop. That was one thing I couldn't really hear before, and we'll just see how atrocious it sounds. See how bad we scrape? I used to scrape going out of the driveway. I think it's a little bit lower now. Yeah, it's a little bit lower now. Not getting any pops. We're gonna do like some more in-depth like audio recording of the exhaust once I get these fancy headers I keep alluding to. So yeah, just stay posted for that. Today was, like I said, just kind of a setup episode into the bigger thing, which are the headers. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.